Let's meet our comedians here today. We've got stand-up comedian Kyle P. Ferris.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Thank you.
We've got Stephane Magne.
Yeah.
We have Dave Kopp. The wonderful Bonnie Esson.
Wow.
We've got Jasmine Towers.
Yeah.
And Evan Riley. Right, we're going to play a game called Fact-or-Fib. Stephane, let's start with you.
All right. I was invited to play in a Japanese taxi drivers baseball league.
What? I mean, tell us more.
You don't need any questions for this.
Because he's a Japanese taxi driver.
How did this invitation come forth?
My heritage is actually French-Canadian, no Japanese. But I do speak English. And so, you know, as a rite of passage of my people, you spend a year after university teaching English in Japan. So there, how'd I get in Japan? There you go.
Okay.
Doesn't seem real at all.
That's right.
Check. Next part.
Was how did I end up in a Japanese taxi drivers baseball league?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Glad you asked it.
No, so like most people, you go to Japan, you try sushi, you know, you ride the Shinkansen, and you play center field for the Okinawa Taxi Drivers Union. It's just, everybody does it,
So
right?
the taxi union?
No. This was a baseball league for taxi driver companies, is what it was. Each company had their own baseball team.
Okay.
And I, one night, coming home from the bar, was in a taxi, and I was chatting up the driver. He was talking to me because he knew I spoke English, and then somehow he deduced I played baseball and said, "Why don't you come play baseball with us?" And I said, I don't know, I was pretty drunk. I was like, yeah. If I was sober, I would have realized I don't actually play baseball very well, and I would have said no, but.
Was this like a professional league or like a fun league, like a?
No.
It was a taxi driver. Have you not heard about that? National Taxi Driver Baseball League?
I don't know, man. In Japan, if you've ever seen the movie Mr. Baseball, baseball's a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, so much so that every taxi company had their own baseball team.
What was the game like? You went, you played?
I did, yeah. I played, I think I played 3 times. Yeah.
3 different games?
3 different games.
Okay.
And they gave me a uniform. I think we were like the Kyoto Tigers or something like that. And yeah, they just stuck me in the outfield.
Thought it was Okinawa.
Yeah.
That was the fake taxi drivers union. That wasn't.
A fake taxi drivers union?
Yeah.
Sounds like a bad spin-off to Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver.
So why only 3?
I guess after a while they just got tired of me playing with them. I don't
They
know.
asked you to leave?
They did. You know what? I think maybe by the time I showed up for the 3rd game, they were like, "Oh, you're still coming. We thought this would maybe be like a one-time affair." So I think maybe I kind of sussed out that I'd overstayed my welcome.
They gave you a uniform.
I know. Like, did they ask for the uniform back?
Oh, just for the game. I played in the uniform and then I gave the uniform back. Yeah.
okay.
And 3
I
times
played
you
in a
did that.
uniform. Yeah.
Okay.
So were you drunk all 3 times?
That I play. I wasn't drunk when I was playing. I was drunk when I got invited to play.
And you kept your promise
What's that?
the next day?
Yeah. I guess
Impressive.
I gave the guy my phone number and he texted me and then I was like, oh, right. I got to go play baseball with these old men.
Oh, yeah. That's how I react to it. You do well?
Did I do well?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't hit the ball. So in the Japanese leagues, they play with these weird rubber balls. They don't play with a regular baseball. It's like this rubber ball, and so it like bounces weird, and it's harder
Are
to.
you playing cricket?
Yeah, was this cricket?
No.
Wait
you're
a
playing
second
No,
here.
it was. I think it's so the old men could hit it further. They could just make like light contact, and then the ball would spring off the bat. You know.
But why couldn't you hit the
Because
ball?
if you just graze it, and because it's rubbery, it just kind of like slides over the bat. You have to make solid contact. Yeah, when I would take a swing and miss, they would just laugh at me. They would say like, you know, home run swing, you know, that sort of thing.
But like the one thing, he does seem like the only guy. Like you make drunk plans all the time, and
I
you
do
don't
think
ever
that
expect to fall through. But he kind of
would
seems like the
follow
guy
through.
who would fall through.
All right, I'm gonna against my better judgment. I'm gonna,
All right.
We don't feel good about it.
Well, Evan, you were 100% correct. I followed through on that text the next day. And I got to play baseball with a bunch of Japanese men, and
So they kicked you off the team.
then they
Like,
kicked me
you're
off the
not
team.
good.
The guy got in trouble who invited him.
Yeah. Why did you bring this guy?
Amazing. Evan, let's go to you next.
Alrighty. I once saved my neighborhood and my underwear.
What more do you need?
Boxers or briefs? Boxers. Not a monster.
Good question.
Was the hole in the front buttoned up? Yes. Yes. Okay, good. That's how I saved my neighborhood. I put it on the button.
We have more underwear-related
What
questions.
time was it?
That would have been probably around 1 p.m.
And what was the?
It's like, this will make sense. And then, no.
Also, you saved the whole neighbor. What are you, Spider-Man? What happened? Well, so there was a fire in a dumpster, and then it was blazing and it was going off crazy, and I was.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you also light the fire?
No. It was 1 p.m. I was just waking up.
In your underwear.
In my underwear, yes. Beside the dumpster. Beside the dumpster, yes. So I didn't want my home to catch on fire. And no, I saw it. I was in my apartment building. I saw this fire ablaze, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do something, because, I was living in the big city. I didn't have time to call 911. Also, I'm dyslexic, so it was probably 119.
It's a big number.
And so I grabbed the fire extinguisher and I put it out, and I put out the fire in my underwear.
Wow.
And that's how I saved the neighborhood.
Did they react to that?
Yeah, my landlord wasn't happy that I used the fire extinguisher.
The underwear was cool, though.
Yeah, he was fine with that. That's how I paid rent.
He was going to get some insurance money.
Wait, was it his underwear? No, it was mine.
Okay.
It's the one thing I owned.
Did you have to put that on before you left, or you were like, I need something?
Yeah.
So you were nude and
I was nude.
Uh-huh.
I was a nude Batman, essentially, and I put on boxer briefs, and then I put out the fire.
Here's the thing: is Batman still Batman if he's nude?
As long as he's wearing the mask, I think he's okay.
What color was the garbage bin?
Blue.
No. Good question, yeah.
Green
How
team.
did this threaten the entire neighborhood?
It was a massive fire.
Don't you know
In
how
one
fires
dumpster.
work?
It's one dumpster.
Do you know how big a dumpster fire is?
Fires, he does make a
I
good
meant-
point. Fires do
This is the Okanagan.
grow. Yeah.
But yeah.
Was this
Not
in
the
Kelowna?
Okanagan.
No, it was not in
Oh, he was in
Kelowna.
Vancouver.
This was Los Angeles.
Oh, why did you even put that
even
He
out?
worse.
just changed it.
All the more.
No, he
He
didn't
just
change it.
changed it. He said Vancouver earlier.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
He just said Vancouver.
Well, because you said Vancouver.
And you said Vancouver.
You
I never said
assumed
Vancouver. I
Vancouver.
said city. I kept it
Okay.
vague.
Are you assuming our city?
No, but I'm catching myself in the lie.
Dave, are you lying?
Dave, did you light this fire?
Nothing to do with the fire.
Evan, nod twice if Dave lit the fire.
This was Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you were living in an apartment.
Yes.
You're not lying.
That's a good question. No one has asked that before.
That's a great question for the lie game.
I think do we want to guess at this? Do you have any more questions?
I believe it, honestly. I know for a fact that Evan spends a lot of time near dumpsters, so I'm gonna say that's true.
Yeah, I don't know for a fact, but I assume that Evan spends a lot of time in his underwear. I also think it's a fact.
That might be a lie.
I don't think Evan's that interesting.
Kyle, all right. Boom. Green team does get a point.
Hell yeah.
It's 2-1 vote.
You're being carried,
Team
Dave.
effort.
You're being carried.
Best of both worlds. You won the round and you got a good dig. Dave, let's go to you.
Okay, here we go.
It's a lie.
Even his
already a
truthful
lie.
answers are all lies.
Shut up. Oh yeah, okay. That, if I was lying though,
Yeah,
wouldn't
well
would be-
played. Well played.
If I was
That's
lying.
next layer.
Blue team, are we ready to vote?
Yes.
I once put on my resume that I could ride a horse.
What was the resume for?
Teaching.
And what did you teach, Jay?
There was actually an equestrian part of the course that I had to teach. So when you're a teacher, they always have like kind of like stupid things that they do.
We know what you mean.
So I was actually teaching at a private school, and part of it was this. They had like this equestrian thing where the kids would go and ride their horses down on the beach, and they needed someone to go and take them. And it was like, hey, if you do this, you get to go on a free little trip. And so it was. I was like, yeah, totally, I can ride horses.
Can you actually ride horses?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was true you put on your resume.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
just
see
put
that
it on
coming.
there because I knew, I'm like, someone's gonna, actually my friend tipped me off because my friend worked at the school. They're like, if you tell them you can ride a horse, they're gonna hire you and you don't even need to know how to teach.
So do you know how to teach?
No.
What year was this?
2007.
That's definitely a year. I remember that year.
That is a real year. Also,
I remember 2007.
Summerland, and literally everyone only rides horses still there to this day.
But it wasn't, it actually wasn't Summerland.
Where was it, Dave?
It was in Casablanca. I taught at a private school.
Was it all in black and white when you were there?
Okay, that surprises me because I was all in going, I can't even think of any other question. Casablanca.
Yeah.
So your Canadian teacher's certificate,
Which you
your
can just buy
provincial-
online. Yep.
And in no way are we saying that Dave did buy his, if he's one of your old teachers. You got duped. So Casablanca, do they have horses in Casablanca?
Yeah, idiot.
What kind of brand of horse was it?
No horses don't exist in Africa. Never even heard of them. Don't bring it up.
What kind of horse?
Brown. I can ride them. I'm not an expert in horses.
Did you go on the trip?
Yeah.
So you're just boasting that you could ride horses.
Yeah, I was like, I need a job, and I'll do what I have to do.
Did you ever have to tell the kids what the horse was? Like, oh, this is an Appaloosa.
No, they knew what
like-
horses were.
What kind of horse was it?
I don't know, dude. Like, what do I...
But how did you explain it to the
I told
kids?
you I lied. Why did I know more?
Because you know how to ride a horse?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me ask you
hard
this.
could it be?
How was your first day of riding the horse?
Fine.
Blue team, are we ready to vote?
All right.
With Dave, you never know.
No, I know this is.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
He had me. I lied.
Yeah. I know he was in Casablanca at one point.
You got duped. Hell yeah.
David.
Second gold
David
star over there.
Gold star to Dave for getting everybody.
I added so much truth in there, but it was a lie.
It was a lot. Do you actually know how to ride horses?
Yeah, I'm not a moron.
Bonnie, we'll go to you next.
All right. I once went on a date where a guy looked at his watch and said, well, that's an hour, and left.
I don't believe it because no one has lasted an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as you said I once went on a date,
Are there questions here, or are you just hurling insults?
Was this your first date with this
Yes.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you meet him off in person or online?
Online. Yeah.
All right.
And you said first date, so you went and saw him again?
Oh, no. No, I guess first would be a misnomer. This was an only date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he give you any other explanation about why he needed to leave?
Nope. Nope. Straight up was like, that's time.
Where'd you guys go?
We went for coffee.
Okay.
What city were you in?
It was in Kelowna.
Do you still see the guy around?
No. No, I don't actually. I did.
He left town.
He left town. Like, I am not a good date. He
Well,
was
that's
like,
an hour. I'm moving.
That's an hour, and that's If that's the best the city has to offer, I'm out. That's what he said.
So you just got coffees, both of you?
Yeah.
No snacks?
No.
And what time of day was this?
Anyway, I think it was like 4 p.m.
Did you like him?
No, not really. I didn't not like him, but he was into skiing and he was French, and I was like, I'm not into skiing, nor am I French.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a lot in common.
No, she's very into British people, so
Yeah.
it would make sense that she despises
Northern
the
British.
French.
How was the conversation going up until that point? Was there any awkward pauses?
I didn't think so, but maybe in retrospect, yes. I thought we were having back and forth conversations, talking about things. It was a while ago, so I don't remember. Yes.
Did you sleep with him?
No.
Was this your therapist? It sounds like the hour was up.
No, Evan, that's your joke. I don't sleep with my therapist.
Did he know it was a date?
I hope so.
You just sat beside some guy drinking coffee?
I duped someone. I'm like, so what do you do for a living? And he's like,
notes.
why is this one?
Was it just one of the employees on break?
So,
You get him right at the start. You get him for the full hour.
That's an hour. Back to work.
my lunch break is over. Boss is gonna be mad.
What was his name?
I think it was Jean or something. I don't remember. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Nice.
Didn't work out.
He's like, I got a split, and then he did it.
He hopped on 2 semi-trucks and took off.
Did he have a car?
No.
All right, so it sounds like it was a good thing.
Yeah. It was a good thing that he didn't have a car?
Yeah, it was like really sad for you, obviously, but also probably worked out for the best.
Yeah. I do tend to go for guys that
You know,
don't have
Bonnie,
drugs.
it's not for the best. How did that work out for the...
These guys are supposed to be my friends. And they're all like, yeah, this checks out. You're the saddest person. And no one wants to date you.
Well, it sounds like he was just like kind of a bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably was. You also know me in that I do not have good taste in
Yes.
men at all.
Bonnie, these are your friends. She's like, I do not have
I don't have good taste, so these are my friends.
She makes some pretty good shortbread cookies, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay,
All
I'm
right,
going
we
to
are
vote.
ready to vote.
I think that's 100% true.
I'm going to give Bonnie the benefit of the doubt and say it was a fib.
It's true.
Oh, how little you know me. Yes. That happened.
Well, I'm glad you guys keep overriding me, so good job.
That one's gonna take me a minute to process.
Yeah. Dating in Kelowna sucks.
Did he really do the splits?
So funny.
He wasn't really Jean-Claude Van
What
Damme.
did you say when he said that to you?
I was like, okay. I'm not gonna be like,
gonna
no,
say?
please stay.
Right, you hold on to his ankle.
Talk to me more about skiing. I don't give a shit.
I feel like it's worse that it wasn't a total dud. Like if it was going bad, you're like, yeah, okay. But if it was
Yeah.
like okay conversation, then
I think it was just the abruptness of like, well, that is
Yeah.
time. So
I love it. I think
That's
that's
I wish I had the balls to do
yeah,
that.
that's a great way to get out of an
Now you're
awkward date.
engaged.
For sure.
I know.
Kyle, we'll go to you.
Oh, okay. All right, well, the worst gig I ever did involved the sun, a generator, and a liar.
what was that?
What?
Our show last night? What?
The stage was a rickety pallet with a shredded curtain.
And this was to perform stand-up on?
This was to perform stand-up on at 12 in the afternoon in the middle of summer in a field. There was zero crowd, hence the lie part.
What was the generator?
The generator, okay, so it was a show at a music festival, and there was a generator beside the stage that was supposed to power the mic and the speaker and a bunch of stuff. And we started this show, and the first comic went on because it was showtime. Nothing was ready. There was no mic. There was a speaker, but we just sat on it and and just talked with no mic. And then a guy, like a worker there, showed up and he just cranked on the generator, which was like right beside the stage.
The audience is like, this sounds horrible. The other comics are like, who books this?
Yeah, who does book that?
I have no idea. I will take any gig, anything. And yeah, he turned on the generator, so it was already hard enough just yelling at people.
You're yelling over the
So now
generator.
we're yelling over a generator that is literally 5 feet beside the stage. And he says, yeah, we'll be back shortly with a mic.
They know that's like the one thing you need for
And
stand-up.
then never came back.
Was there any wind that day?
No, there was no wind, no cloud cover, and no people.
Would you go back?
Yes, absolutely. In a heartbeat, yeah.
Okay, so the stage was a pallet.
Yeah,
And there was no audience.
yeah.
So why couldn't you move the pallet away from the generator?
It had like posts and stuff on the pallet, and it was like, it had
Oh, so they went all out on the
yeah,
stage.
they went all out.
And forgot
like
the
it could have been
I don't
nice.
think you know what all out means.
It's just, honestly, like they did a pretty nice stage for what it was, but they decided,
Like that was the end of their investment, basically.
yeah. Like they put this big like curtain on the back, but they could have like put it on the top so that sun didn't just.
How sunburnt did you get?
More than I've ever been in my entire life.
Yeah.
Well, that does
That
sound
sounds
like
very
a bad
true.
gig.
I know this is true because
Yeah, I
I
do.
heard the fallout.
I'm prepared to believe this completely.
Oh, yeah. I should have thought about my answers before I realized who was on the panel, but yeah, that is 100% true.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tell them your
Gold star
stories
of the
in
blue team.
advance.
Yeah. That was it was recent too, so that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it was
I
this
picked up-
summer.
Yeah.
If anybody's thinking of getting into stand-up, it's glamorous.
Glamorous, yes.
It's
Bring
really
your own
easy.
sunscreen.
It's super easy. Honestly, anyone can do it, and you should. You should all do it.
Jasmine, we're coming to you next.
I used to have a clandestine way to use payphones for free.
Was it the weird, there was like a sound that you could play on a whistle from Captain Crunch that would get you a free phone call? Is it that?
Whoa. I did not know about that technology.
Yeah, there's a tone that if you played into a old payphone, it would give you a free call. And they actually released a whistle in Captain Crunch that was the same tone. So if you got the whistle, you could get free phone calls.
That was
You didn't hear about that?
I
Sounds like a lie.
I just want to like.
That was the first.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
No, it was not that.
It wasn't the
Was
Captain
it
Crunch
the-
whistle?
No, it wasn't.
Well, then
the
there's no
Captain
other
Crunch.
options.
How did you do it?
Well, I started at the payphone, and then I decided that I wanted to make a call, but didn't have money.
So wait, you didn't need to make a call yet? You were just at the payphone, and then you're
Yes,
like,
you have to decide because you're out and about.
I think
you
I'm
know,
gonna make a call.
out in town. There was a quirk that every payphone in our small town started with the number 9, and normally the second number was 9. And this was way back in the day where everyone took that 378 was the first 3 digits. Everyone knew that. So you would call the number, and in payphones you would, as soon as somebody would say hello, then you'd click the coin in and it would activate. As long as you haven't put the quarter in, they can't hear you, but you can hear them. So what you would do is you would click as if you're going to hang up, but you do it so fast that it doesn't actually hang up. It just goes click, 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 click. And they go, oh, okay, first number is 9, and you click once for yes. Second number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get to the number and then you click it. And then so they'd decodify which of the payphones you were at in your
Does this
town.
make sense to
No, it
anyone?
doesn't. It sounds like she's calling someone and then giving them Morse code on the other.
Sort of.
Giving them the number of the payphone so they
Yes.
can call her back.
That's
Is
exactly
what
how
she
it works.
claims is happening.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I remember it being when you call someone, you do a collect call, and then when they say your name, you're like, hey, Mom, pick me up the pool. I don't know you.
Yes. But these were all local calls. These were only and these were friends calling friends. You couldn't collect call that. You needed parental authorization. Now you're getting involved in phone, but now this is serious. No. This is the down and this is how you
Why'd
did
you have to
it with
go
no
to
money.
a payphone? What kind of conversations were you having that
Oh,
were so stealthy?
Well, the stealthy part was the idea that we used the payphone for free. Because
drug
once they
dealer.
got the number, then they'd call the payphone and we'd be like, hello, la 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 la. Because
You were slinging dope, weren't you?
that is a question outside the scope of this.
So you didn't need to talk to anyone. This was just for the thrill of the phone
No, she
call.
just
Is
walked
that
by
right?
a phone and was like,
Okay,
don't do that,
sometimes,
use
yes.
that.
No, if you were like out and you wanted
don't have a
to
quarter.
hang out with friends, you'd call them because you don't want to actually go to their house because then they get on the spot. They have to ask their parents, can we come out? You might jinx it. And plus you want to be cool about it, so meet at the library, Or
That's the cool place to meet up.
that's a
rolling
legit
danger.
meeting.
Yeah, you do want to be cool about it.
This book's pretty late, man.
What was this town? Library's the hot spot.
It was a very small town.
It was happening.
It would have been faster if you just had a clicky code for library. Just click, click, click.
Or like
Also,
a
I
quarter
feel
on a
like
string.
This town was
Yeah.
so
Do that.
small that there was only 2 payphones, so you could just.
There were at least half a dozen. And to be fair, you had to click, click, click because you never know who would answer the phone. Back in the day, people didn't have their own phones. They had one for the whole house. And then if a grown-up answered it, you're like, oh, damn. And you just try. And if it was a really cool parent or brother or sister or whatever, then they'd hear the click, 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 and they go, oh, Charisse, it's for you. And then they'd hand it off. But other times they'd be like, who is this? What? Say something. And then you'd like not call their house again for a while.
How many hundreds of dollars have you been stealing from BC Tel, do you think?
Oh, gosh. A quarter a pop. I have to be up to $12 at least.
Wow.
Wow, it's a lot of phone calls.
And with inflation, that's $1,000.
that would pay for this entire production.
Yeah.
And one bag of groceries.
Semi-believable. I just don't know that
I
the
believe
phones
it.
worked that way.
Thanks, team.
I don't know. It sounds like
Tim.
they came up with their own system around
Sounds
it.
insane.
Yeah.
They hung out
Unlike-
at the library. It seems
Yeah.
like a system
I
they
know.
would come up with.
Yeah.
It just sounds like
Just so you know,
she
it's
made
like
it way harder than it needed to be.
I gotta say, knowing Jasmine coming from Merritt, British Columbia, I believe they would come up with that convoluted a system just to pass the time. I am saying fact.
Oh, a tough one.
It kept getting sadder. Did anyone else?
Yeah.
Like, as the story went on, everything about it was just like, what? this is so dumb.
So
Okay.
many
You know,
cool kids
you didn't want to go. You didn't want to go to the parents' house to tell them you were going to do cool things like go to the library. So you had to go make a stealthy phone call. Be like, hey, you want to meet me at the library?
It was an impromptu stealthy phone call. She didn't even know she needed to make it.
I didn't even know I needed to go to the library.
here reading all these books. I'm going to say fact as well.
I don't know how I feel about this, actually, but it is true.
Gold stars to the green.
Go team.
Evan, we'll go back to you.
Okie dokie. I regularly eat bowls of cereal while I drive.
Regularly.
Yeah, I can't say the word, but I do it.
Often.
Often, very often.
Would you say you do it frequently?
Frequently.
What kind of cereal are we
Yes.
talking about?
What kind of cereal?
Yeah.
The one with the whistle.
So Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
Do you drive automatic or standard?
Automatic. That's why I can eat bowls of cereal. That would be ridiculous to do. It's standard, Dave.
Wait, milk in?
Yeah. Eat cereal dry?
Yeah.
Right, no, but
Pretty good.
do you start out, when you pull out of your driveway, is the bowl empty? And then do you fill the cereal and pour the milk as part of the drive?
No. I'm not leaving milk in the car all day.
So you fill your bowl full of
ridiculous.
cereal and
Good.
milk and then carry it to your car? And then sit down in your car and eat it?
I put
While
it in.
you
I
drive.
put it in a little cup, right? I have a little beautiful mug that goes.
Well, that's not a bowl.
Yeah, that's not a bowl at all. That's a cup. Not
You're
a
already
cup.
lying.
Cereal.
It's my Oh, you know what? I have a bowl with a little handle on it too. Is that a bowl? Or is it a cup?
Well, you called it a bowl, so
Well, it's a bowl cup.
it's a bowl.
My invention.
Also, you are fessing up to a powerful crime right now. If this is true.
Well, no, it's like you're not going to do a big bowl of cereal. It's like a little cup bowl size cereal, and then it's perfect. And then usually by the time I'm merging onto the bridge, I pretty much finished the cereal.
So with spoon, you're holding a bowl and a spoon
Yeah.
and driving your car?
If you do that, how do you text on your phone?
Yeah.
Voice text, Dave. I'm trying to be safe.
Okay. Bluetooth is real.
How do you hold the bowl as you're driving?
With my hands?
Yeah, but how?
You hold
place
the
it like
bowl with
this?
your hands while you're driving. And how are you using the spoon?
With my other hand. I don't know, but your knees are very good at holding the wheel.
How are you going around 90-degree corners? Because I've seen where you live, and that first corner is a doozy.
Yeah, well, so you know, like if you know it's gonna be a bigger corner that a knee can't really steer that well, spoon goes in the bowl. It's perfect.
Spoon back
and
in
then
the bowl.
you do this.
What size spoon? You get a large, like a
No,
big spoon?
I
or
like a
just little-
medium-sized spoon. I kind of want to enjoy the cereal, but I also don't want it to be so small that the cereal gets soggier before I can finish.
Is anyone else in the car?
Yeah,
Who?
my wife and my dog.
What does she say about this?
She thinks it's great. She sometimes will give me, if I can't make the corner by myself, she will feed me. This is why I married her.
Why don't you just let her drive?
Or feed you the whole
Because
time.
it's more terrifying if she drives. We have a better chance of not crashing if I eat my cereal and I drive.
All right.
Evan is a firm believer that women can't drive properly.
Yeah, he always says that.
Yeah.
Does say
but
that
just about
all
my
the
wife.
time.
But if you've seen my wife drive, it's very true. We went go-karting. She went as fast as a turtle. Like, she's awful at driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about your wife?
That I love her and looking forward to getting married to you, baby.
What's your favorite kind of cereal?
Some cereals work better in the car than they do at home.
What's the best car cereal?
That's where like the corn pops come into play. They don't get as soggy right away. So if you do have to be really safe and put both of your hands on the wheel, I'm not panicked. I can let the spoon rest for a bit.
And how
Drive
frequent?
for a while.
By frequently, how? Like how frequent?
Yeah, like, I don't know, once a week.
You ever gotten in an accident?
While eating cereal?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever spilled any of the milk all over your face and
In your crotch?
Nope. No, I'm pretty good.
What?
Pretty good.
So the bowl's always in your hand. It's never balanced on in between your legs?
No, it's a bowl cup size,
Do you
so it
drink
just
the-
fits right there.
do you drink the milk after you're done eating the cereal?
No, I throw it out the window.
If it's a small cup, why don't you put it in the cup holder?
Well, because the cup is shaped like a volcano. Like it's a wide base and then it kind of tapers off.
Oh, so it's a
that way the
volcano
milk
cup
doesn't
bowl.
spill out.
How do you get the spoon in?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like a peanut-sized hole, Dave.
Okay,
Yeah, but you're still scraping around all weird.
No,
Dave gets
cereal
spoons in
floats.
those kind of
You're driving and scraping around in a volcano-shaped...
Yeah.
I'm not scraping around it. It's got enough milk. The milk's the base.
And then you just roll down your window and throw the milk, the best part,
Out of a volcano cup?
out of the
And
volcano
I go,
cup.
I erupted.
Okay. I think I'm ready to. Me too. I think that's one of the biggest lies I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, he had me until volcano cup.
Yeah, baloney.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are gonna be eating those words. Yeah,
Because I do actually eat cereal while I drive, and it's not that easy.
It's time for the Book of Truths.
Ooh, that's a big book.
There we go.
That's a big old book.
Big old
You
book.
make it look not weigh that much.
Truths. That's a big old book.
One hand. I did it.
In this book, there are 6 cards. All of them are true. I'm going to pull one and read them. It is true for one of the comedians sitting here. The truth is, I became so disillusioned when I learned that Forrest Gump was not a true story that I abandoned the career path I was on. This is true for some people.
Someone's life was changed.
Forrest Gump.
We're gonna have everybody read the statement themselves, test their poker face out, and then I get 2 questions each.
I became so disillusioned when I learned that Forrest Gump was not a true story that I abandoned the career path I was on.
How old were you?
I was 10 or 11.
And was it an important movie growing up?
Yeah, it was huge. My parents loved it. We listened to the soundtrack all the time.
Wait, so you abandoned your career path when you were 10, or you watched the movie when you were 10?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very
Okay.
career driven. You know, when you're a kid, you're like, this is what I'm gonna do with the
Yeah.
rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then I found out that that movie was not true, and I was like, pff, nuts to this.
And we'll never know what that was because I'm out of questions. Need to plan wiser this time. Let's start with this one. What was the career you abandoned?
Being a shoe salesman.
Okay, and how did finding out Forrest Gump was fake make you abandon that?
I thought there would be a big market for only one shoes because of the friend that lost the foot. And then when I realized it was all fake, I'm like, maybe people can just buy regular shoes and I don't need to worry about it.
A friend that lost his foot.
Cool. And what career path were you on?
I was a long distance runner.
Okay. And how come finding out Forrest Gump was fake made you not want to run at all? Because there's other runners besides Forrest Gump.
Yeah, but he ran the furthest. We could all agree upon that.
And I'm not allowed to follow up. How did you find out it wasn't true?
I saw an interview with Tom Hanks on like a TV show. And I was like, he's pretty well spoken.
And what career did you abandon?
I was gonna help kids with learning disabilities. And then I saw he didn't have one. I was like, no.
Okay. What career path did you abandon?
I was actually going to be a shrimp boat captain.
How old were you when you decided not to be a shrimp boat captain?
I think I was in my late teens, you know, those formative years, like I was about 17. You know, I was really on the cusp.
All right.
You're out of questions.
I'm out of questions.
I became so disillusioned when I learned that Forrest Gump was not a true story that I abandoned the career path I was on.
How old were you when you found out it wasn't a true story?
I think I was like 13. It was like 3 years, like years after the movie.
And what career path did you abandon?
I wanted to be a professional college football player.
I can't argue. I literally can't.
It looked so
argue.
easy. It looked like
You just have to run.
You didn't have to do anything. You could just run.
So you found out it was hard, and you're like, nah.
Well, I found out it wasn't real. It wasn't.
Well, football's
when I
real.
found out the movie wasn't real because it was
Running
just like
isn't real.
they just took this guy running around and then they made him a professional football player and the whole world just loved him. He started off football and then he was a war hero and then
That's what your career path was going to turn into.
You just wanted Forrest Gump's life.
and I was like, we think the same, so we should probably be the same. I think this could happen to me. The end of it, he said, I'm not a smart man, but he was a billionaire. And it was like, I can do that. I was like,
I am honestly going to go with Kyle on this one. Not because I think everything that was just said was true, but you had the most convincing answer when I asked, how old were you when you found out about the movie? That's what I was envisioning would happen is somebody thought it was true for quite a while.
it is true, it is mine, but it's also, that's not why.
Wait, so that's your truth?
Yeah. It was truth that I did write that did happen. I was disillusioned. But he already said the thing, the real reason why.
Oh, shrimp boat
I did
captain?
want to be a shrimp boat captain.
Okay. You could have doubled up. Two people can
But
wanna be
everyone
shrimp
said
boat
something
captains.
different, so I was like,
Dave took mine, so I switched to shrimp boat captain. I took yours. You just lied.
but
Lied.
yeah.
Lied about your truth.
I lied about my
Lied about
truth.
your
I did.
Wait, so what's the real story?
The real
You want to be
story,
a shrimp boat captain and then,
yeah, it just looks so cool.
but you found out it was fake and
Well, I found out it was a fake movie, and then also
so a movie.
it's not that easy to just buy he just had a friend who died and then like took his boat. You know, it's like I didn't have that.
I didn't have
That was like an impossible dream. I also lived on a river and not any
You
sort of
lived in
way.
Prince George, where there are no shrimp.
There's not a lot of shrimp in
Not a lot
Prince
of shrimp in
George.
Prince George.
This is the first one I've gotten
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I've gotten them all wrong until now. I
Under
knew it.
false pretenses. All right, now we're gonna be playing the game Punchlines. Traditionally, a joke has a setup and a punchline, but today our comedians will only be getting the punchline and have to think of the setup. And our first punchline is, that's my middle name.
My parents tried to do something cool for my middle name, so there was a typo, though. So Dagner, that's my middle name. Not Danger. Thank you. Oh, it's sinking in now.
The next punchline is blue with small red dots.
My last pap smear.
Papa Smurf's got chicken pox.
The punchline is she said the beginning was her favorite part.
So Bonnie went on this date.
The punchline is, and that's when I knew he was the one, or she was the one.
He had a volcano-shaped cereal bowl he ate while driving.
When I saw that she had way more money than I'll ever have.
She had like $10.
The punchline is, and I got a trophy to prove it.
I farted on the bus. I have a trophy to prove it.
My mom once named me handsomest son.
My mom once named me second handsomest son. I have a trophy to prove it.
The punchline is, so now I'm seeing a psychiatrist.
I once went on a 59-minute date with Bonnie.
I drove here with Kyle P. Ferris.
The punchline is, in soup.
I once wrote my ransom letter in soup.
I make myself irresistible to men by dipping myself in soup.
All of us here tonight are getting paid in soup.
Welcome to our improv round. We're going to be playing a series of improv games. This first one is called Scene Onion. It's going to start with two people doing a scene. A third person is going to jump in, brand new scene, all the way until I'll be last at 7, and then we're going to peel the onion down and return to the same scenes. We do need a suggestion of a vocation. Pizza parlor.
You sure they don't mind us just walking into the kitchen like this and making our own pizza?
I say screw him.
There's way too many car dealers for one table.
Oh.
So only one of you can stay. I need to see the best car dealing I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I got, you like shadow puppets?
For car dealing? Yeah, let me see
I
it.
thought you wanted other professions. I don't know. Cards.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do it.
kiss. Oh. Don't be nervous, you guys.
Yeah.
We've already done enough demos. It's time for you to just jump forward and start kissing.
Can you show me one more time?
I'm tired of showing you, and my lips hurt from all the kissing.
How are we gonna get rid of this whale?
Yeah, it seems pretty dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I poked a few whales in my day. That there's a dead whale.
That did
Yeah.
ooze.
Hey guys, it's my grandma's birthday today, and she's gonna blow all 83 out of her candles out with her farts.
Wow.
Wow, is she gonna get other farters to help her?
I hope so.
This
She can't be the only
piece
one.
of public art is called the semicircle. See how perfectly aligned all of our models are. Now, tell me, what does it mean to you?
My grandma's been eating beans all day prepping
Wow.
for this.
Yeah, I am backed up. I am ready for this birthday party.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Do you have enough candles?
We do have enough candles.
You gotta go pick up the cake?
No, the cake's already there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, maybe
The
you need
cakes
to
are
get off to the
there.
Legion and
Is
get
the
her.
Legion ready for the cake?
Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah, what if we just load it with dynamite and blow it up?
I saw that almost work one time.
Do we have dynamite?
I've got some in my Prius.
Okay, so kiss me.
Right, yeah.
No,
I don't
no,
understand how kissing works.
This is the thing.
Teach us.
This is the thing. I like watching you kiss.
Are you even a real teacher?
This makes me feel weird.
And I don't want shadow puppets, I want best card tricks.
I don't understand how card dealing works anymore. Who was that guy? Hey.
I don't know.
I
Probably
don't know.
want a pizza.
I think they're coming back from their smoke break. We better get this
Yeah,
pizza. It's
let's do
uncooked,
it.
but we can still eat it.
So just run.
And Scene Onion.
He went to the Legion.
I forgot how all this
We've got
works.
just a couple more for you. This one is invisible prop. So we need a suggestion from the audience of any object. Machete? Okay. Machete is our suggestion.
Machete fight!
Cling, cling.
And scene.
So I've invented the first boomerang machete.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
It's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back!
Oh God, is this gonna be okay? I fell on a machete. It's all the way in. It's all the way into the handle.
Oh my God, were you on East Hastings?
I was just casually. Well, don't pull it along.
One more object. Can opener.
Stupid can opener only cuts like 3 parts, and then I gotta keep doing the thing.
I know, that's why you should use the new machete.
Give me that.
Olives,
Olives.
pineapple, cat food, truffles, condensed milk.
And these are all things you can open with a can opener.
Our last game of the day is our orchestrated story. We're gonna need a suggestion of an audience of anything that is not food. Piano. All right. So when I point to them, they're gonna start talking, and when I shift, they're gonna pick up mid-sentence together. They're gonna tell the best story about a piano.
I have this magic piano that was given.
To me by Charlie Brown, and I listen to it every day in Starbucks.
But only when I was wearing my magic hat.
I play it without my pants on.
Because that's the best way to play a piano.
And maybe I should quit. They tell me I should quit, but I never quit.
I can't quit that piano. That piano has my soul. It is my destiny. And
I'm just clunk, 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 clunk.
I play and I sing at the piano and I won't.
And everybody hates it.
Most people love it though because I cheer them up with my sweet piano skills.
And I take those piano skills across the country. Me and the piano are gonna elope because we're in love, I tell ya.
But most people at Starbucks really don't appreciate this.
So I went to Blends and I started playing some Jimi Hendrix on the piano.
But no one wants to hear Jimi Hendrix on a piano.
And the piano's full of cheese and
And sausages and olives.
I might not be playing a piano.
I think I'm playing a pizza.
That's our improv round. Give it up one more time for our comedians.